What's up, you guys? It's me, Izzy. I'm back again with another video. Today's video will be on the North and South Node. I know last time I did a video on the lunar nodes, but I didn't do like an in-depth description of what was going on as far as the South Node and the North Node energies go, so I wanted to talk about it here in this video. I'm going to start with the South Node because that's the area of life that you're coming from, and that's the area of life that you're starting with in this life. So the South Node. The South Node energy is your past life energies that you've mastered, and energies that you need to get away from because you've done them so many times to where now your spirit is looking to experience new energies. So depending on the house placement and the sign placement of your South Node, that'll tell you the story of what you were up to in your past life and what brought you to the circumstances and situations here in this life. So definitely get a look at your birth chart, see what sign it's in, see what house it's in, and that'll definitely explain what's going on with you currently as far as how you're starting out in life, especially if you're like in your 20s or so. That's when you're starting to come in to understanding of your surroundings and your environment. It's important to know the sign and the house that it's in so you understand what's going on around you and how you can improve yourself to leave that area of life and leave that energy. So it's important to get those birth charts, guys. Please, 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 please. The South Node also has restrictive energies of Saturn. So Saturn is a very difficult energy to deal with. It's very annoying. He puts a lot of pressure on you. He restricts you. He grants you gifts for your hard work. He does, but it takes a lot of hard work, and that's the thing about Saturn. Like, he will push and push and push and push, and it'll just make you want to pull your hair out, and it'll just drive you crazy. But I would say definitely trust in the process of, pushing towards your North Node, because it'll be very beneficial to you, and it'll bring you a lot of happiness if you're just open and you're willing to take on that change. So with the South Node, it takes a lot of hard work, and you feel restricted if you stay in your South Node. So that's why it's important to embrace change and embrace new experiences, because when you stay in the same things you've been experiencing, you're not learning anything, you're not spiritually growing, and that's going to make your spirit feel unsatisfied, because it's going to make your spirit feel like it's contained in a little box, like it just can't move around and do other things, like it's just in the same rotation, and you're going to feel like you're in hell or something. Like, you don't want to feel like that. You want to feel liberated. You want to feel like you can do anything and that you can just take on anything and it's not an issue. And trust me, you can, even though it may feel like you can't, especially coming from your South Node and you're going into your North Node. You feel like you don't know what to expect. You're just really scared. But trust me, that feeling shows that you're going in the right direction. Anything that makes you feel really uncomfortable or scared, that means you're going in the direction of your North Node, and that indicates that you're going in the right direction. So always remember that whenever you're stepping out of your comfort zone of anything, you're going towards your North Node and you're experiencing a new reality of life, and your spirit is just vibrating. That's basically what it means when you feel really nervous or you feel really scared. Your spirit is just vibrating because it's manifesting itself into a new experience until it just settles into it, and then you just go with ease, and you're just used to the energy, and you just go with it, and you don't have an issue. So that's all it is. Just so remember that. So whenever you feel really nervous or really scared, just know that you're on the right path, and all it is just your spirit identifying with a new experience, basically. So so staying in your South Node, you won't experience that vibration. You'll experience your spirit being stagnant. And your spirit is not a stagnant energy. It's not supposed to be stagnant. Your spirit comes into this life to experience and transform. That's essentially what life is. Life is always changing, always transforming, and you're part of this life. So you're a spiritual energy, so you have to do the same thing. You have to experience and transform as well. So please don't stay in your south node, guys. I know it feels comfortable, and that's an indicator that you're stuck in your south node if you just feel really comfortable and you just can't imagine your life any other way. Like, I don't want to do that because I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm just comfortable with what I'm doing, and I don't want to do anything else. Guys, don't restrict yourself like that. Don't hold yourself back like that. Please, don't be afraid to take on experiences. Don't be afraid to embrace change. Change is a beautiful thing, and it took me a while to realize that too. Especially me coming into my North Node, I felt the same way too. Like, I just felt really comfortable in the way I was, but it's really liberating when you're just open and receptive to new things around you, so you could spiritually evolve. Because when you're staying in your south node, you're spiritually devolving, and that's not good for you. And if you stay in your south node, you're just gonna come back into this life and do the same thing until you get tired of it. And it's just like, why do you want to waste your time doing the same thing? Don't do that to yourself. Take on the new experience. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, and you're not gonna regret it. You're gonna experience obstacles, you're gonna experience failure, but I mean, it builds your character. So I mean, you'll be okay, you'll make it out, and as long as you believe in the universe is not conspiring against you, and like I've told you, it's not. The universe is always on your side. The universe wants to see you win. So trust in the process, and trust in the universe is your number one supporter, and you'll get through anything. You'll get through all those obstacles that are going to be thrown at you, all those failures that you're going to experience. You'll get through them. So, guys, I really stress the importance of taking on your North Node. And I know typically it doesn't happen until around your midlife crisis, which is your Saturn return. That's when you master your North Node typically. But if you know your birth chart, like I say, you can master those energies sooner, so you won't experience so much transformation or stress during your Saturn return. So let's talk a little bit about the North Node. The North Node has energies of Jupiter, and Jupiter is my favorite planet. Fun fact about me. Because it's such a positive planet, it's such a benefic planet, it's such an expansive planet, and that's what the North Node is all about. It's all about expansion. It's all about new experiences. It's all about evolving, and that's what Jupiter entails. That's the energy of Jupiter. It's very expansive. It's very transformative in, its experiences in life. And it's just an overall positive energy. So depending on the sign and the house placement of your North Node, it'll bring out positive aspects of that sign in that house. So because the North and the South Node, they're always at opposition. So whatever house or sign the South or North Node is in, they're always opposite of each other. And also you could look at it as, the Saturn energy in the South Node opposes the Jupiter energy in the North Node. Saturn and Jupiter, they're described as the mother and father of the solar system. So your father is typically really hard on you. He puts a lot of pressure on you, and your mother is the one who gives you gifts and, just gives you a lot of strength and just a lot of positivity in your life. So you could look at it that way as well. But your North Node, I mean, it's an uncomfortable direction to go in. It is. But it's very beneficial to your spirit, and you won't regret it, because then you will take on new energies and master new things. And then you just move on to mastering a whole nother energy once you master your North Node. So, your North Node, it grants you a life of just happiness and freedom and liberation. It also takes a very courageous and brave person to take on your North Node. So that's the other energy of Jupiter. It's a very courageous and brave energy. So it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of courage to take on your North Node and master it. And it's not an easy task, but you'll get through it. And I just advise you guys to at least balance your South and your North Node together. If you want to abandon your South Node, you can. I would advise that you abandon your South Node, because why stick with old energies that you've mastered? I know it's kind of hard to kind of abandon completely, not unless you don't mind changing your whole self overall, but typically, the energy that you came into this life with, that's just what's always going to follow you, typically. But you transform that energy, and you can come into brand new energies and be a completely different spiritual person. So it really depends on you. At least I would say, at least balance out the two, at least give you that, so at least you know that you've acquired some new knowledge along the way of your path. You know what I'm saying? Don't just stay in the South Node and not acquire new knowledge and new experiences, because like I said, you don't want to feel stuck. I don't want you to feel stuck. And I'll feel bad for anybody who just chooses to just stay in their comfort zone because they're just too scared. Please don't be too scared. Always have that fight in you to always better yourself and just clear out those blockages that are blocking you from attracting new things in your life. Always just be open and receptive to that change. So that's my in-depth video on the North and South Node. My next video will be on the eclipses that are coming up. There's an eclipse starting July 12th all the way to August 11th. The one in July 12th is the eclipse in Cancer. It's a solar eclipse. There's one in July 27th. That's the lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And the one in August is another solar eclipse in Leo. So there's going to be a lot of eclipses going on this summer, and it's going to get really crazy. So I really wanted to give my own perspective on what to expect from these energies so we could all prepare together, because it's going to be a wild ride, you guys. A lot of change is going to go on, and I want to prepare you guys for that change so you guys aren't stumbling and falling. My advice to you now, when those eclipses start, just go with it. Don't fight against that change. Just go with it. And just be mindful. And I know it's going to be hard because Mercury is going to go retrograde soon. So just try to fight those energies that are trying to mess with your mind and mess with your energy. Just try to fight through it so you're making rational decisions, but you're still freeing yourself, because that's what the eclipses are about. It's about purging a lot of things that's been holding you back. So just be mindful, guys. Don't make any hasty decisions, but still go with the energy and embrace it, and don't be afraid of that change. Like I said, don't be afraid of that change, because it's going to be coming, and the universe will drag you by your edges and make you change. So please just go with it. Don't shy away from it. It's going to happen regardless. So think about it that way. It's going to happen regardless. So you might as well just not fight it. If you fight it, you're only going to make it hard on yourself. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.